Alright, here we are in game number 1 for our first round of 16 match from the Corsair Cup number 30. We're going to be starting down here in the bottom right-hand-ish corner of the map, the green Terran player. Give it up for Lillekanin.
Middle left as, well, middle top left-ish. As the blue Terran, he is Avokado.
You know what I feel like I've never seen before in a TvT? Both players 3-rack reapering each other.
That happens to me all the time on ladder. I'm like, I'm sick of being 3-rack reaper. I'm just gonna start doing it, and then I lose because I'm not very good with it, as opposed to people who've been doing it like since the beginning of the season. So I know what that looks like, and it looks silly. Occasionally we see, like, for instance, the 2 Reapers face off against each other builds, and that's a little awkward. And once or twice, I think we've seen 2-rack Reaper face off against each other. But you're right, usually it is, and it just seems to be very coincidental at TvT. It's like one person goes for a 1-base build of some sort, and the one goes for 2-base build, like defensive build.
Well, this game, they are both going for the 1-base builds, going up to a fast factory. I think both of them. Wait, no, Lillekanin. Where's
Lillekanin's factory?
Oh, I was like, I can't find his factory.
Yeah, I always do that too. I can't even blame you that much. Like, I see the production tower, I'm like, he definitely has one. Oh, that's right, it's Lillekanin. He's proxying it somewhere.
Yeah.
So he's also gonna proxy the starport, I'm gonna guess.
Ooh.
Oh, he's gonna.
Armory.
Oh my god, is he actually Thor rushing? So if he
no way.
If he Thor rushes, then he has to have a medevac to pick it up and get it over the rocks, unless he breaks the rocks with it first.
I think that would take too long.
But
this is
that's
really
still,
cool, though.
Like I said, he's been doing it versus Protoss more than anything else. So to see it in TvT is a treat. I get Fear Dragon, you called it, and I doubted you. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Our Lord Nathanius has shown us the way with the proxy Thor. Well, he's first gonna have to face off against a small bit of aggression. Now, Avokado might come in over here with the Reapers and see that there's not a whole lot, but there's still the double gas geyser, and that might be a bit of a tell, like, okay, where is everything else? But he doesn't really make it that far in, and I'm not sure if just seeing a couple of these Marines is gonna be enough of a reveal. He may just assume there's a command center behind this? Question mark?
Yeah, that's the tricky thing about Daskon Station, is that while it's stupidly small, it technically has a natural, like an in-base natural, so it can be played in a macro game. And what's also silly is that Lillekanin has a bunch of different proxy builds. Oh, it's actually memory.
Wait, did he just see the bunker going down in the mineral, which, by the way, I think is covering one of the mineral patches?
Why is he building a bunker?
Is he
afraid of, like...
Is he afraid of a Banshee?
I guess it does technically cover your base, literally 1 base against everything, like a drop, so you don't accidentally miss dealing with the drop and your SCVs get roasted, and
he's cut off 2 mineral patches.
It is so weird that I don't know about this, but I was gonna say that you might expect the proxy Banshee and then to prepare for that, but a proxy Thor is very different. Cyclone's gonna want to actually catch the medevac, but unfortunately I already failed at it.
Okay, well, he's got to be really careful with this medevac. As you were saying, like, if the Cyclone gets a lock-on. But the nice thing is the medevac can also deny the lock-on to the Thor. So he just has to be very, very on point with it. But, oh man, with the Viking and the Cyclone and a Siege Tank all out, this is going to be really hard to make work. Oh,
no,
high impact mode! High impact mode!
Yeah, he'll kill anything in the air very quickly, actually. That was totally on purpose. And really, if he focus fire at the Cyclone, I think the Cyclone gets 3-shot. It's like boom, boom, boom. It goes down very quickly. It doesn't have a lot of health, and unfortunately, you just missed the micro there. 1 tank is a bit annoying, but not even, I think, that problematic. Tank does a lot of damage, but Thor has a lot of health.
Oh, well, Marines are getting focus fire down. There's the Cyclone getting focus fire down, and with the second Thor coming into the mix. Oh man, if this Thor just focus fires down the Viking, that he can just move in with the medevac and the Thor and take out all these siege tanks with no problems.
Yep.
Getting very low.
And he's repairing. He's repairing everything. The medevacs, the Thors, and he's gonna have another Thor medevac combo eventually. He's actually running out of gas. SCV surround surprisingly effective, and he won't be able to save it. That's pretty bad. That's actually terrible.
Oh, loses one of the medevacs. He still has a second medevac, but this Viking, he needs to focus it down.
Why? I mean, he knows what, like, he has it in the right mode for a reason, but instead of focusing on the Viking, he took care of the SCVs.
Okay, so now there's a natural expansion, but it's not an orbital command, so he doesn't have the extra mules that you'd normally associate with a Terran player in this situation. Lillekanin also starts up his own command center, and even though Avokado has bought himself a bit of time by taking out that medevac, there's not going to be any concern for at least another 15-20 seconds, or I should say like more 10 seconds now. Lillekanin is going after the rocks, he's opening up another avenue of attack, and I don't think Avokado can afford like another Viking or more Sea Shanks. He's really halted his production. Oh god. That Viking.
You should get it, yeah.
It's gone. Medevac goes uncontested now.
He doesn't need to take down the rocks anymore. As long as he micros with a medevac, he should be able to get on top of the tanks. And save the Thor. He needs to save the other Thor, actually. He went too far forward with it.
He can repair it back up. I mean, there's no anti-air, so that's the thing, like, right? The medevacs can just move in whenever they want.
Why not? He has like 4 Marines, don't do anything else.
It's like he's gonna be supply blocking him anytime soon, but... Well, Marines get taken out. Once again, medevacs go completely uncontested. There's even a second medevac here once again. Siege Shank is likely gonna get taken out. Oh my god, the high impact Thor is gonna take out the medevac pretty soon.
Yeah.
GG!
GG! Amazing.
Thor drops!
That is so silly. I mean, we're seeing a lot of things come back on Dasan Station. Like we saw Gear going for Storm Host because the smallness of the map is so abusive. And I feel like, you know, now it's Protoss. Protoss are going to bring back the Proxy Robo. I feel like that's on its way back.
Proxy Robo's already become a thing if you watch like a couple... Like I know Puck has been doing it. I think there are like 4... There's a couple of other North American players who've been doing it.
North American players? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, I know like some people still do it, but it's like, you remember back on, what was that 4-player map that was purplish and it had a Zanaga in the middle?
No. Oh, are you talking about the really, really big one?
No, not Alter Team Stronghold.
Okay.
The smaller one that was, like, in order to get to the 3rd base, you had to break down rocks or go up the ramp. It was in Tomb Valley? Is that...
Purple? In Tomb Valley, I think it was like...
It was like blue,
green,
purplish,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It was... Oh, you're right, it was actually green. I just looked it up. But that's what I was thinking of, actually. It's dark green, kind of ugly. This is not how I remembered it. Anyway, that one was so popular for Proxy Robo. You put it in the very middle.
Yeah.
And I never scouted. I lose to it constantly. I feel like Dasan's gotta step up with that.
I miss the old Void Ray bus. I actually feel like Dasan Station would not be that terrible for like proxy Void Rays or something, where you proxy the Void Rays not behind. Well, I guess yeah, you walk them over and you proxy them like in the same place where Lillekanin ended up proxying the factory and the Thor, and then the Void Rays can move in and they can either harass the mineral line or they can like kill off supply depot wallins and stuff. And you follow it up with like, I guess the new age like Adepts shade on in when you knock down the supply depot. Kind of like how you used to move in with your stalkers after you knock down the supply depot and stuff.
Like last week, I think, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, I don't know. But someone actually was like beating a player we didn't think, right? It was like a no-name we didn't know versus like Keen or something. And it was 1-1, and we were really surprised. We go into the 3rd game, and that's exactly what he did on Dasan Station. It didn't work, but yeah, it's I
love Dasan Station.
all right.
I know it's not quite Arena, because Arena actually led into a lot more macro games, but I still feel like Dasan Station has become like the most fun map for me to broadcast or like cast or watch games on. I always enjoy the games on Dasan Station.
They're always funky.
They're always just a little bit different. Like that's what I really liked about Arena, was that games are always just a little bit different. Like there were a lot of all-ins and stuff that it would encourage, but for the most part, it would still occasionally go to the macro games, and the macro games were the coolest ones because the macro games were so radically different than the normal like maps. And I almost just like wish you could have Dasan Station forced into like macro games a little bit more often, because I think those are always really fun, like just because of the way the map like force you to move around and everything. But I won't belabor that point for too long. We're hopping to the next map, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you guys on Frost for game number 2. All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, in game number 2, and we're going to be starting up here in the top left-hand corner of the map, top of the green Terran player. Give it up for Lillekanin, sitting up 1-0.
In the top right has the blue Terran. He is Avokado.
You know, Avokado really should have been the one that was picking green in this series.
Seriously. I agree. Yo, yesterday, I wondered if I would talk about this, but I guess I will. Yesterday, I tried a do-it-yourself hair mask because, you know, I made on Twitter how my hair is, I guess, damaged because of the bleach. And there's like products you can buy and stuff, which I'm gonna do, but I hadn't gone outside that day because I was so tired from casting, and I was like, I'll just do it to myself. I have an avocado and I have eggs. And what you do is you just make like raw eggs and avocado and mix it together and put it in your hair. It was an experience.
That does not sound pleasant.
Luckily, the smell wasn't that overwhelming, but it was occasionally because you had to have it in your hair for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh, this isn't, it's questionable, and it felt just so weird. I'm not even sure it helped, to be honest. It's supposed to like help with the protein and shit. I don't know.
It's one of those April Fool's Day pranks.
Yeah, actually, like, I just did all this research and everyone was in on it.
You know, a great way
Thanks,
you can
Google.
cure your hiccups, Zombie Grub, is if you mix avocado, eggs, and, I don't know, hot sauce. Put it in your hair.
Hot sauce.
You know, amazingly, your hiccups will be cured.
I'll try that next time I have hiccups, thanks.
Right.
Anyways. But
Well, we had a
avocados.
Reaper opening from both these players. Both of them also going for the faster natural expansion, so this is clearly not Dasan Station. They both are teching up, but I'm really curious. I think it was in the last series. No, it was a series before that. Like one of our first series, we had a TvT. I think that was the game that we ended up seeing. I'm trying to remember who it was, but it was facing off versus Keen, and he was the one going for like the faster stim and combat shields and everything. But it looks like both these players just going for fast 1-1-1, which I think is a bit more common.
Yeah, that fast stim build, any bio build basically, which is more than one barracks, up until after you have a starport basically, is very odd. It's something like Marine King would try and do, and he'd, maybe make it work. But everyone else would have a lot of trouble making it work. TvT is very much so a tech game, first and foremost, with important units that you have to micro, and later a lot of light units you have to micro, a lot of Marines and whatnot. So, I don't know. The last time we saw it was at a different style. This one is certainly much more standard, and it is going to be about microing these units coming out from the starport, coming out from the factory. Reba's going to try and get a free scouts and also maybe some damage.
Ooh.
Denied absolutely, though.
Yeah, but sees the tech lab on the starport, so maybe, and I think it died right before the Viking popped out, so he may sort of be wondering, oh, is there going to be a Banshee or something coming out? Do I need to start preparing for that? And, oh, for now, I guess getting up an engineering bay, but not opting to get a Raven or a Viking or anything like that out.
Yeah. All right. Well, obviously he wants to be the one that plows on the aggression because he's not doing a defensive build. But Lillekanin's getting a Raven, which is going to be a surprise, and his medevac might be able to scout that before he invests too heavily in like anti-Banshee defense, which so far he's not. So that might work out just fine there.
Oh, Avokado losing a lot of Hellions in that Hellion trade at the front, but yeah, Marines are going to be popping on out. It's not like there's going to be a Widow Mine or anything over here that the Raven will be nice for detecting, but oh, Viking kills off the medevac, and these Marines' lives are forfeit. Oh, killing off the Viking is not the worst thing in the world, though.
Yeah. Delaying this building, killing a Viking. It's really unfortunate that he lost the medevac like he did, because I think he could have saved that for much longer and then just run around the auto turret, but that is something that the Raven is certainly useful. Like, if the auto turret's there to help, it is a very good spell, but usually just avoid it.
Hellion's gonna scout out that medevac, especially with the Zelnaga Watchtower given vision of it. There is a full wall off over here though for Avokado, so he should be okay-ish. I say ish because he doesn't have anything.
Oh, look at the bunker finishes. That could have been much worse.
Yeah, pulling enough
Lillekanin's
workers.
gonna go for the mech build, by the way, which isn't too surprising. A lot of people have been playing mech on Frost, just in general. Oh, this is a good damage.
Gonna be able to deny mining over the natural expansion. Hasn't really killed off too many workers just yet. Killing off 3 now. and might be able to get a fourth as he chases that one down. Those Hellions are finally forced back for Lillekanin after I think he killed like a decent number more workers, just like forcing workers off the line to repair, try and finish up that bunker. So definitely not too bad of damage for either side, but Avocado's losing all of his Marines again.
Oh, hopefully not his medevac. Yeah, okay, they boost out of there. Alright. Well, these drops aren't of much importance. They don't kill a whole lot, and they're not worth that much. Saving the medevac is always ideal. What do you... What? Why?
Oh, it was
It
trapped.
stuck?
It was
Oh,
trapped.
that one sucked too. Oh, feels bad.
You only need one watchdog. Actually,
Oh, okay.
you know that SCV, it'll be unstuck when he mines out.
Oh,
Just
okay.
be patient.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, shouldn't have killed the first one. Another drop comes in here, and again, as long as he's saving the medevacs, I don't mind it so much. But this is all contributing to a less, lesser pushing force, a main pushing force. And if it really is not doing any damage, then eventually it's going to stop dropping. Eventually one medevac drop is not going to do anything at all.
But I guess it's like that age-old mentality of bio versus mech. Like the bio player needs to continuously be dropping and putting on harassment, keeping the meching player from really just getting up to that late game army uncontested. So I feel like that may be contributing to his need for dropping. And I wonder if that's really going to be the best way to play this out, or if it would just be better to try and take faster expansions.
Oh, this really is being quite denied.
Yeah. Viking gonna
It's,
be able to chase after it. There's no boost being used. Well, should be fine. It's gonna take a bit more damage though.
Yeah, there you go. There it goes. Yeah. And nothing's really gonna happen that's too important until, I mean, probably even like 12 minutes. Avokado still needs to wait for his stim,
Oh.
and by that time, he might, Lillekanin might have a missile turrets ring around his bases, and then it's gonna just be about waiting for Lillekanin to push into Avokado.
Yeah. Avokado is able to push back the Hellbat drop, although the Hellbat's still alive and just gonna be healed back up by the medevac. Something that I'm still not used to the idea of, medevacs healing Hellbats, but that's just me.
Just work with it. Just deal with it.
Just work with it, just deal with it. Oh, missile turret's gonna be able to do some really nice damage to the medevac though. Oh, killing off a lot of workers though.
Maybe if you had transformed them immediately, you can get a few more. Oh, he still gets a few more on the gas geyser. Oh!
Huh?
9 is not bad. 9 is not bad. The Hellions are of course cheap as hell, and that's not a big problem.
He's coming back
Losing
in
the
though.
medevacs is also... Oh, even more going down. The tank fire is gonna help in.
Oh my god, he's killing a lot over here. He's gotten 20 workers from just those 2 Hellbats. And I think he kept one of the medevacs alive. The other medevac in the main base did end up falling.
Yeah. The medevacs are also of, I think, little consequence to Lillekanin. It was time on a starport that could have been Vikings, but it's not like he's gonna rely on tank drops to push. You can just you can still push like standard mech does pushes.
Yeah.
And he might, he's actually not even bothered to replace them, but still saving a medevac after doing so much damage, it just means that he has another opportunity to do another Hellbat attack. When really he should have 0 opportunities now with all his medevacs said.
Well, here comes the big push out over here from Avokado, and it's honestly looking pretty scary right now. Lillekanin transforms all of his Hellbats. He's gonna get ready to deal with this, but he's not sieged up right now. And the Hellbats, they're doing some good damage, but I think that they're starting to fall rather rapidly.
That point defense drone really helped for some time, but Lillekanin just being out of position was really the worst thing about it. Like, that army got up in his face way too quickly. The tank shots weren't as numerous as they should have been, and the Vikings were also a bit late to the party. So this was perfectly timed by Avokado. And while he hasn't won yet, it is a lot of momentum taken away from Lillekanin. He needs this third base to be consistently mining so he can get to an okay-ish army supply for the next attack. Because, of course, Avokado at this point, he's got his production. He's going 4 Marauders at a time. He's actually bothering to try and get air superiority, the second starport. Scary now for Lillekanin.
Yeah, another drop also coming in from the top side, double medevac drop, and Lillekanin doesn't have any missile turrets along the north side, so this could be a bit problematic, especially if he's gearing up for another secondary push-in over here from Avokado. Now, Avokado does not have any more medevacs with his army, and it's pretty stemmed up, so there is a bit of a fear that Avokado will overcommit for this, but oh man, I love this. Focus firing down the tech lab, killing off a siege tank, killing off a reactor, just focusing on the buildings that are going to take a really long time to remake.
Yeah. Lillekanin does clear up the forest without much done about it, so that was kind of a freebie for him, but you're right, losing a lot of production in the main base. It is tech labs and reactors, not the actual structures, but reactors take a hell of a long time to make. And it's really annoying, of course, as well. This should be paired up with even more aggression. You know, Avocado's next round of reinforcements should be going into that third base. They are just rallied back at home, so Lillekanin will have a bit of a breathing moment here. But Avokado did do some nice damage. Just can he capitalize further? I think because he went for the starport option, other Terrans might have, like, you know, 9 barracks producing and immediately following up here. Instead, Avokado, not the biggest ground army, and investing a lot more into that air. I don't know if that's going to be the best idea for him.
I think the reason why he might be doing that, though, is... Okay, we're killing off the medevac really quickly. But he's got out more Vikings, mostly because that drop, as he traded out, as the army of Lillekanin was coming to the main base to clean it up, he was focusing down the Vikings. So he killed off like 4 or 5 of the Vikings, and suddenly realized, like, wait a second, well, I have the double starport, I was ready to produce Vikings, but now I can actually start to make some Banshees with the Tech Lab, get out Cloak, and just by having that air superiority, it's going to be really difficult, because a mech army like Lillekanin doesn't have a lot of anti-air besides those Vikings.
I think it's like those are all excellent points, but actually, as someone who like could never deal very well with mech just by overwhelming with bio, I wish. I would very commonly go into like a second, third starport, try and outproduce and just get a better economy like you're supposed to do, like better upgrades, faster fourth base. That's the bio players' game plan. But unfortunately, with the new Thor, it's so much more difficult. So first of all, missile turrets will take care of Banshees okay enough. I'm actually surprised he went for Banshees, not Liberators. Of course, Liberators with range can just outrange everything. But even if he does have, you know, an opportunity to kill a couple of tanks, Thor should be on the way out. And Thor's deal with air advantages very, very easily. It's actually very, very frustrating.
That's definitely a good point, especially with the range that they have. Being able to take out those Vikings from a pretty good distance as well.
Yeah.
But, well, Avocado's going to be moving in right after, I should say, the first 2 Thors end up popping. But they haven't really gotten to be a big part of the army just yet. They're just now coming in. We'll see if Avokado can make something happen. I feel like this is too well of a defended position. I mean, for all of the stress that Lillekanin has been put through just because of that one time he was out of position, he was very much ready for the next attack.
Yeah, I was really, with how out of position he was found, I thought there'd be more like a 50 army supply difference, but some of that was probably because the starport choice really takes a lot of production away from what is, you know, could have been pure bio, as well as maybe just wasn't actually that much damage, all things considered. He did get the third back up and running shortly after the SCVs died. But Avokado, he is starting his upgrades now. That was another thing that like could have been maybe faster without the second starport. And he does have like almost a 40 army supply lead. So he still certainly has an opportunity here, but only if he finds Lillekanin out of position, I think. Which now Lillekanin is certainly in position.
Yeah, Lillekanin also finishing up +2 armor upgrade for his mech armies. It's going to be harder even now to engage in, but... Well, maybe with some good splitting, he can maybe siege up, and the problem is he only has 1 medevac, so he can't even really move his siege tanks around very well.
Yeah, that is certainly a problem. Whenever he stims, Marauders can tank quite a few shots, but you'd be surprised how quickly they go down if you have to stim twice in a battle. They actually just get like kind of one-shotted.
Yeah.
So I like the use of whatever tanks he does have to try and take out some of the static defense, but Lillekanin is on top of it. I mean, mind you, Lillekanin has been playing this type of game for a very long time against people who also would try mech. He knows all the ins and outs of what can kill him.
Lillekanin has been using up almost all of his scan energy, which normally wouldn't concern me, except for the fact that there is a massive number of Cloak Banshees out now, and as soon as that air army moves in, if the Thors can't actually see the Banshees, that could be a problem. Okay, but never mind.
Well, they take care of them.
They get taken out immediately.
So he had on siege because the Liberators came in. His Thors weren't able to take out the Liberators before that happened, and that was a perfect opportunity for the Avokado to run in like he did. Doesn't take the most convincing army fights, but still takes an army fight, and Lillekanin's gonna tap out. GG.
Avokado taking game number 2 and tying up the series 1-1.
That's exactly what he needed with his Liberators.
Liberators versus Thors, high impact versus high impact.
Yeah. I mean, he really, I think had he not been also dealing with a bunch of other drops, because I think his third base is also under attack, I think he would have tried to snipe the Liberators with the Thors as opposed to Unsiege. But he was kind of in a hurry.
Yeah, that's actually one of the things that I haven't gotten a chance to like play around with the Thors very much since I'm not exactly a Terran player. But do they still auto target like anti-air before anti-ground?
If it's attacking them, I think so. It's like a Mutalisk attacking them, but Liberators wouldn't
Target fire them, yeah.
I'm actually not sure. I recently played a mech game with like a bunch of like Thors against the Liberators, and it was very frustrating because Liberators still won out, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well, we are going to be hopping into our next map. It's going to be Galactic Process, but I think that we should be hopping to a break, right?
Yes.
All right. So we'll see you guys in just a little bit. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are in game number 3. We are going to be starting down here in the bottom left-hand corner of the map. The green Terran player, give it up for Lillekanin.
In the top right, as the red Terran, he is Avokado.
Also now known as Guacamole.
Yep.
According to Lillekanin, at least. But we do have just one or two barracks going down in a central position on the map. But there is no second gas geyser, so it doesn't look like it's going to be a 3 racks.
Lillekanin can do anything he wants.
Lillekanin can build 5 barracks in the middle of the map and just proxy 5 racks with Marines.
Man, he does do that, so don't even joke. Just calm down there, man. Yeah, I told you. He does what he wants with the 3rd racks. Anyways.
Oh my god.
He's gonna probably put a 4th one too.
Don't you need the second gas geyser to do this?
Eventually, yeah. I'm as surprised as you are, to be honest.
Huh.
I think he's gonna start missing production here and there. There we go.
There it is. I guess it just comes down a little bit later.
To be honest, I've we've watched Lillekanin like over the course of the last week. I think now like 5 times maybe. Do proxy racks, and every single time he does it a little bit different. So I don't think he even has like a quite set build order. Like sometimes the orbital. Remember that one game? His orbital what didn't even turn to an orbital until like 7 minutes.
Yeah.
And we were like, is that a mistake? I guess not. And the next game does the exact same thing. It's like he turns an orbital like at a reasonable time, and you're like, oh, I guess there was a mistake.
No, it's a different build order, Zombie Grub.
Slightly different.
Okay,
yeah.
well.
Anyway.
Faster Factory coming out, so there's going to be Hellions on the defense, but already losing one of the SCVs. Might actually be able to catch one of these Reapers. Is able to get it.
That's very important. Avokado. I mean, this is like what already starts the snowball. A Hellion comes out to make him back off for a second, but a Hellion isn't enough to deal with 5, 6 Reapers.
Yeah, I really wonder, like, would you be well off if you tried to build a bunker at the top of the ramp?
If you can afford it. That is. I
mean, you're already pulling the SCVs, right?
Yeah, right. But unfortunately, you still need to eventually like evacuate the bunker, and things still go haywire.
Yeah, that's true. Well, 3 racks Reaper is now fully underway as that Reaper count is continuing to build, but still no losses so far for Lillekanin. He might take his first set of losses over here. Oh my god. That Hellion shot only kills 2 Reapers, but seriously softens up 2 of the other ones. And he buy himself a bit of time.
Yeah, that was like one other shot away from killing all the Reapers too. So that was pretty important that Lillekanin got out of there as fast as possible. And this is so far being defended. It's always that case of like if one Hellion dies, suddenly the next 2 die pretty quickly after that. But 3 Hellions and soon to be 4 should be enough. Especially because Avocado's been doing a great job about catching the Reapers. He's never let them get up and around his base.
Oh, Lillekanin loses every single one of the Reapers.
Yeah, that's
game. GG. Avokado takes the series.
Yeah, I was trying to think of something clever with Avokado.
I was like trying to think of a guacamole joke again, but
it's too difficult. This is what Rifkin's around for. He's not around now.
Unfortunately.
Ooh, Zake 00000 Gab Commander. You know that?
And advanced on!
What happened? Yeah, Sake versus Gear would have been a fun one to cast.
Holy having some fun. That's what happened.
Yeah, exactly. Folks keep talking about me. But that's already started. So, Sleep versus Keen has already started. Tarantius versus Vanya. It's already started. I feel like we might just catch Avokado versus Tails.
Yeah, that seems like a likely candidate.
And damn it, Lillekanin, like this is the second time that we did a break and then he 3-racks Reapered, so we couldn't do a break after.
It's okay.
Time.
It happens. We can just talk about what's been going on in life.
Oh. Okay.
How was your
Also,
weekend?
My weekend is full of casting.
I know.
How was your wedding?
Wedding was good. I went to Wisconsin, which is a state that you only go to if you have a wedding or if you're visiting family, because there's nothing else there. There's a barren wasteland. But still a pretty nice area. I was in Milwaukee. I got to rent a tux. That was fun. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to talk about. Oh, it was kind of cool. Someone at the airport recognized me. That was fun. It was like one of the security people.
Oh, wow, you're famous.
I know. I was like, can you help me smuggle some stuff in? He's like, no.
Yeah, that's...
Thought I had the inside man. I would actually never even suggest that just because I'm already paranoid being a brown person.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
Yeah.
I know you've expressed this before.
Yeah, let's just say that I get random security screening. The funny thing is, if you ever travel with me, there's a higher likelihood you'll get security screened too. Not even necessarily, like, if we don't talk at all, but we're just next to each other in line, you have a higher chance. Because they never want to make it look like they're just checking
That's why they
just
did
me.
it.
Yeah, they'll
Remember
be like,
last time?
they'll be like person in front of me, person, like, then they'll do me, and then they'll do the person behind me. It's like, I remember I went into the airport right before the security line at Milwaukee airport, and some person like comes up to the person in front of me, is like wasn't doing this for anyone else, just goes over to the person in front of me, is like, how's it going? Good. Where are you flying to? Where are you coming from? What were you here for? Okay, that's nice. Moves on to me, does it for the person behind me, and then just leaves. I was like, okay, you know, I guess you're not racist because you did it with 2 white people too. Yeah. So
that's exactly what we thought. So we went to the summit, the stream. It just so happened that like everyone goes to the same airport for the most part, like if it's domestic or to Canada. And so it was, you know, Fear Dragon, me, and Rifkin, and we kind
Guru's
of
out of game, by the way.
Oh,
that's his sake.
That's good as words. So we kind of played a game where there was like 2 lines. Rifkin went in one line, and me and Fear Dragon went in the other. And I was in front of Fear Dragon, and we raced to see who would get through first. And I ended up getting through first, and Rifkin is last. But anyways, so they pull me over and do like the whole like, you know, patting me down and whatnot. And so we leave, and Rifkin's like, "What did you do to get that happen?" I was like, "I don't know, nothing." He was like, "No, what happened was that they needed to do it to Fear Dragon too, and you were in front, and they don't seem like racist." I was like, you know what? I don't doubt that.
Yeah. There's a lot of like really interesting things that happen with that. I also noticed that I get stopped at security less if I don't shave. Because if I shave, then they're just like, he must have had a massive terrorist beard right before he came through here. And I'm just like, no, I just am generally clean shaven. Like that's just how I roll. Like
TSA is great.
It's like, oh, he has a little bit of stubble. He's normally not shaven. Or he's normally shaven. Just didn't shave because he's been traveling. This is normal. Alright, so it looks like we will be hopping to the next series. Sake is saying that he's currently down 0-1 versus Guru. Guru's pretty damn good, so that's not a huge surprise, especially since we haven't heard from Sake a lot lately, but I really want to just see the shape that Sake is in, because I have not been able to see him play for a really long time now.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is, to be honest. Might not be the first time we saw him, but we didn't get to catch him maybe at like another tournament. It just happened with Koss, for instance. Like he's been in a couple of our tournaments, and it's like, oh, is he coming back? We never get around to casting him before he gets knocked out. So couldn't tell you for 100% sure, but Yeah, I think the truth of it is that this is one of the first tournaments he's back into. So
Yeah, so I'm taking a look at his Lillekanin page. Basically, there was like a big hiatus between like beginning of March and going all the way until I guess like end of July. There was like a couple times he would participate in the ESL Pro Series Germany, but that was pretty much it. He would just participate in like these kind of weekly summer cups and stuff. But besides that, like, it was IEM Shanghai where he lost 0-2 to Strange and was just out of the event. But besides that, it was like, yeah, the only other recent event that he's really played in are the ESL Pro Germany series and one ESL Americas Cup, which happens on like Sundays at 3 p.m. Pacific.
Interesting. Well, I mean, I think it was like he wasn't like my favorite Protoss player or anything like that. Like I wasn't a huge fan of him. He was a pretty
solid one.
Yeah, it was pretty solid, and when I met him in real life, like, he was actually very fun, so I became, like, more of a fan of him, but that was about when he just wasn't performing super well, so
I liked him better when I thought his name was, Saki. Saki.
Saki.
I just thought that was a cute name. And I was like, oh, Sake. That sounds much more mature and not like an 8-year-old.
I like the Z kind of sound of like you're supposed to try and but I just wish that it was more obvious. It's one of those things that like people come in and they want to start casting pro games. They don't know every single pro gamer yet, right? So you go to like their YouTube casts and they're pronouncing his name like Sock. You're like, oh,
Sock.
You'll learn.
All right. Well, looks like he finally hopped into a game, so we'll wait for the invite. Hopefully he hasn't forgotten that we need the invite within the last, like, 45 seconds to a minute.
Yeah, hopefully.
Or maybe the stream delay finally caught up of us talking about his name. It was like, those assholes.
Those foreigners.
Not getting into my game now. All right, I got an invite.
Okay, good. Last night I had Chinese food, or my family did, I guess.
Oh, bless you.
And I stole one of these fortune cookies. I'm gonna open it now and see what my fortune is.
I got the weirdest thing at the airport the other day. I got a, like I went to, there was like not that many restaurants in the Milwaukee airport because it's freaking Milwaukee. So it's like middle of nowhere. Who goes to that airport anyways? But like, there was only one vegetarian dish at this place and it was like a chicken's teriyaki dish or something. I was like, how is this vegetarian? And they're like, oh, well, we substitute the chicken with tofu if you ask for it. So I get it, and it's like, they cut the tofu into the shape of, like, the chicken, like the way that they normally have the dish. I'm like, this feels really, really weird. This doesn't feel like a vegetarian dish. But.
Really?
Yeah.
There's so many, like, I guess, like, new age places around us, like my dad's a vegan, right? That I've had so many different types of fake meat. And some that I'm pretty sure wasn't even fake meat because it tasted too damn good, but they swore, so.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, we're hopping into the next series on the round of 8. It's going to be Guru versus Sake. We'll see you guys on Frost.